Well, here we are. This is essentially the calm before the storm, and this may be the last time that you see the collection room like this. As I said, I am just out of space, and I'm wanting to kind of amplify the display by using these. Detolfs are about 15 inches deep. This right here is 24 inches deep. So I'm pretty much almost doubling my space. And this is what I'm thinking, is that I'm only gonna do one of these at a time. If I can't get this to work, then I'll show you my fail video, and that'll be that. As you know, I did do that version right there, and I know I can build these. Now, whether or not it's gonna work, I don't know. But this is what I'm thinking, if this all works out, is that I'm gonna do one of these at a time, because I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get all these figures out, and the Detolfs out, and these risers, so that I can basically put these in here and build each one by one. And it's gonna be a hassle, but we'll see what happens. One thing down at a time. Today is Thursday, November 30th, I think, and I am starting this build. I am not sure how it's gonna go. I'm not even sure if it's going to work, but I am putting content together. As you can see, the tree is up, so we are working through that. So here we go. Now this isn't new to me. I did do one of these when I originally built my first, quote, Costa case, and just to show that I could do it. So I am gonna try to do this. These are going to officially replace my Detolfs, maybe, if it works. I don't know. So I have 6 of these that are 24 by, what was it? Yeah, 24 by 48 by 72. And then I have one that is 3618 by 72. And do I need help? You bet your ass I do. Well, I definitely forgot this part. I forgot that it doesn't fit through this door to ultimately lead back up to the upstairs. I remember doing this and having it collapse, and I remember I had to break it down and build it upstairs, which Drago doesn't seem to be too happy about. Hi, buddy. But I'm gonna break this down and I guess break it back upstairs. I've cleaned out 2.5 Detolfs, I suppose, and this is kind of what we have. As you can see, this is going to be the hardest shelf or cabinet, if you want to call it that, mainly because the Hulkbuster is so big. And I do have some bigger figures. You can see Cole, you can see Optimus and Megatron, Ironmonger, things like that. So this is going to be the one where we need to get creative. So you can see already 3 Detolfs have been cleaned out, and we still have a lot of space. Now we're going to obviously line these shelves with fabric. We're going to wire it up with lights, put backing behind it. Ultimately, you've seen this before with what we did with the last one. So I'm gonna continue. I'm probably gonna build maybe 2 or 3, just so I can have them up here so that I can switch everything out here, because I have to take every single one of these figures out in order to take the Detolfs off, and then move these into place, and we'll go from there, as you can see. So from here already though, you know, I've gotten almost all the Marvel stuff out. You know, I got Carnage and things there, so all the Marvel stuff is going to be right here. That's going to be our goal. So we will see. We will see. So here's the moment of truth. As you can see, we have 3 of them built, and they are going to serve as kind of a staging area for us to empty the Detolfs, put the figures here as we wait. So now our next thing is to take all these figures out. So now you see them, and they're gone. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm having a little bit of remorse. I'm unsure about what to do next, and I'm a little overwhelmed, full transparency. So I put everything on these shelves. They're not lined up the way they need to be. They're literally just kind of sitting there so that I can move the Detolfs out next. But as you can see, there is a lot of space to grow. That's the whole point of me doing this, is to give myself more space to be able to add more figures. The thing I'm gonna need to figure out is kind of risers, a way to kind of elevate some of the ones in the back so that you can see everything. Now, the pros of a Detolf is that, you know, there's glass shelves so you can see underneath. There's nothing restricting your view. Here, lots restricting your view. So I'm a little hesitant on what to do next. So I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna regroup again tomorrow morning and figure out what I wanna do. Because if I'm gonna move forward, I need to move these here, which means these DTOFs are coming down. So we'll see what happens next. Well, we're back at it again. It's officially December 1st. I'm ragged, I haven't shaved as you can see, but we're making progress. I've officially gone and taking, I guess, half of the DTOFs out. I'm ready to take these other 3 out, and then I'm going to end up putting these here so we can test to see whether or not that's going to work. So I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know where I'm going to put 6 DTOFs up here, let alone 20 if we end up going that whole route. I'm gonna probably end up having to break them down, put them in storage or something, because I don't have a spot just to put 20 glass cabinets. So let's go, we'll see what happens today. Well, most of the DTOFs are out in the hall from this section, but here we have it. We have both of the new racks in this area, and you can see I went ahead and lit one of them just to kind of give you an idea about how bright it's going to end up being. I don't know how it's going to work out in the end because we still have all these figures that we need to get essentially into these 2 shelves. So that's what's going to be coming up next. Next thing you'll see is possibly me putting the black sheets on here, getting them all wired up, and then trying out the placement of the figures. All right, so next update. This is what I was trying to do. Basically allow space on top so that I could put my statues. And we kind of went ahead and lit one of the shelves. We put the fabric in over top of the shelves. You can see the difference there. Still need to steam it to get some of the wrinkles out, and then obviously hide some of the wires, do that cleanup there. But the thing that we're missing still is that we need to put the backing on. There's gonna be a black fabric plywood board back there. That way there can be some nice black backdrop. And then the last thing is to get the acrylic panels to put on here, but that will be the final thing. And I technically don't have to put those on until everything is officially done. And that's kind of the most expensive part. But I don't know. Obviously the big figures work there. You can see the height difference maybe on the custom shelves. I do have a lot of room, but it's turning into something, I can tell you that. Back at it again this morning, and as you can see, we have DTOFs everywhere, and I don't know where to really put them, but we have made exceptional progress. We have 4 shelves kind of officially built. I went ahead and moved these DTOFs out. So as you can see, I'm kind of all in at this point. There's not really any going back, but here's what it used to be. And you can kind of see the way the lighting is, but here is the way it is now. Much brighter. And this one's completely ready to go outside of the acrylic panels and being able to put the backdrop in. It's just a curtain just to give you an idea of the way it's gonna look as far as the contrast. And then there's this one where it just is the staging essentially for all these. We're gonna go over here with all those, going over there. And I think in a perfect world, it should work. So a lot more working today than videoing, but I want to give you an update and hopefully we're going to keep moving forward. The room at this point is about to be unrecognizable. So we have made a lot of progress. As you can see, there's still DTOFs in the way. And here's the thing, you say, boy, that's too crowded, I don't like it. Well, the thing is that I wanted to be able to add extra space, and I have so much space now. This is not final poses, this just shows that I could get all my Marvel figures into these 2 racks, essentially. And so I have plenty of space down there, and I'm gonna be able to repose all of these and really make something kind of special. Once again, sorry about navigating around there. There we go. So overall, I think it looks pretty good. Still need to figure out a riser situation, but I think the lights look so much better. From this, obviously, to that, I think it looks good. I think I made the right choice. We still got a long way to go. As you can see, the biggest thing is that I finally got the Ecto in here, the DeLorean, the Batmobile, tumblers right there. But I was able to move that from, you can see the big black sheet that I used to use. I was able to move all that from here to there. That was the main goal. So now we have these racks essentially to fill up with all the stuff that you see right here. All of those and all the figures that I took out of the racks eventually. So I might just be rambling a little bit here, but I think this is going to work. So the thing to do next, get these situated, then move on to Star Wars. And then right here, I'm using this as a little bit of a staging area as well. But right here, these are going to go away, and a 3-foot version of these is going in. And that's where I'm going to put the DeLorean and a few other little smaller vehicles, I think. I'll put the Tumbler DeLorean there. So that's what's got going on. Hang tight with me. We're about to do another transformation. Here we go. Well, here we are, and I hope you can start to see the vision of what I am trying to do here. We are very, very close to finishing the actual build of everything. I still need to light and put the shelving in on this one, and then I need to go ahead and put the fabric on those shelves there, and then I think we should be looking pretty good to actually start putting everything into it. But this is kind of the way it's going to be. We got a lot of room. I think it looks pretty good, and for the most part, you get these pieces that you can't necessarily put into a DTOF actually being able to be displayed. So this is all just placeholder, obviously, until we get ready to put it all in play. Still quite a bit to do, but I think we're getting pretty close. Now, we started this back on Friday, I believe, and it's now officially Tuesday. You might be saying, why is this taking so long? Well, it is very resource intensive, and I'm just one person, and I do work a real job, so I don't have an opportunity to just sit up here all day, but it is coming along pretty well. I do need to make sure to get the backdrops in there. I did forget to mention that, but I think we're making some progress, but oh,